Hi, my amazing creative friends, Oksana here again, and in this video I wanted to show you how I create vector repeat pattern textures to add some interest to my patterns. I have been using them on and off to add interest. I like to creating multiple new ones, and I wanted to show you my process and in Adobe Illustrator. So, how to create vector repeat pattern texture in Adobe Illustrator CC. Okay, I am using Adobe Illustrator CC 2015, and I will be using my own source photos for this, and another tool would be my Wacom tablet Bamboo and my mouse. All right. So first of all, I will show you the source photos that I created. Let me pull them out in a second. All right, so let's see. Place. No, let's try a new file. New. All right. Place. So I took some photos. Let me see, there it is. I took some photos while walking around in my neighborhood of different types of different textures. So this is one of them, is kind of interesting stone texture. And I will go, I'm looking for the result, something like this, and I will show you how then to use this to add interest to your vector patterns, like this one. All right, so this is our texture. I have my photo. This is taken with my phone, with my Android phone. It's not super crisp, but it will still work. I will show you. So you place by File, Place, right here. You add a photo, basically import it to a new file. Next, what you're going to do is you can click on the image trace right here. Image trace. And this is what it happens. So basically, this is what we have. It's not very interesting texture, as you can see. So we're going to undo it. See, you can undo, and it will work. And you're going to click on this triangle. See, tracing presets right here. Trace on top in the Adobe Illustrator menu. And we can choose 3 colors. Let's try this one. I like to try all different types of trace. Just because they give you interesting results. But let's see how this one will turn out today. Okay, you need to wait just a little bit while it's working. All right. So this is what we have here. As you can see, it is still an object like this. It's not expanded. To edit it, you can either edit in the tracing options, but I am okay with this type for the purposes I want to show you today. So I will just click Expand, or Object Expand, or just Expand button, and it will expand in many, many, many pieces. All right, see, now this is many tiny pieces. Ungroup. So now what I'm going to do is, now it's many, many tiny pieces, and some of them are like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select a portion of it that I can repeat. And you need something pretty even for these purposes. Okay, let me show you guys. So I just experiment with it like this. Let's first delete these bigger chunks, and you can see what I mean. All right, so this is basically just deleting the textures, and we need to have something reasonably even for our texture. All right, so just deleting some pieces here and there. Okay, You don't want to have too many, like you don't want to have one uneven chunk like this sticking out too much, but the elements can be bigger and smaller as in any pattern, just so that the texture feels a little bit more natural. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to get rid of this. See, there's a distinct line where the end of the photo was. So let's get rid of it. We need kind of a rough edge. Let's get rid of this one and this one. So nothing that was cut, that was trimmed straight. We don't want to keep any of that. Okay, so I'm going to delete a few more of these bigger chunks so that we have a little bit more, even pattern. This one, and delete this one. Sometimes you might want to keep it in. For this particular tutorial, I decided to get rid of them. Okay, so this is what we ended up with right now. We are going to create a pattern using my pattern system. There is a link below to the video how to achieve that system based on symbols, so that you can check it out. I just made a video last week about it. Okay, so new from templates, and let's use my 600 by 600 symbol system. So this is that system. Please check out the video about it in the description so that I don't repeat myself again. And what else we are going to do? We are going to use my trusty workspace that I created. All right, this is just the inside of the symbol right here. We are going to take all of the elements, group them, copy them, and place on top of here. Okay. It might, my Illustrator will start performing a little bit slower now because it's a lot textures with a lot of elements. Slow it down significantly, but it's okay, we can still work with it. Okay, what are we going to do now? We are going to basically adjust it so that we can copy and move it in this way. And now we're going to ungroup. I can show you what happens in this situation. So if I get out of the symbol, you can see that it just repeated and as if cut off. You can see that it's not seamless at this point. But we are going to turn it into a seamless texture. Okay, in this case, it's an interesting kind of gray, lighter gray and darker gray texture. Let's keep this one for now, but I'm going to even it out later, and I will show you how. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm going to marquee using the black arrow tool, the selection tool V, like that, and I'm going to click on my copy, basically copy all of this that's selected green down. Okay, okay, let's do it. So I'll click on my action down. Again, everything explained in the video, the link below, how I do it. Okay, so you copy it down. Now, okay, let's go. See, this is basically exact copy on top. Now it's seamless right here, but it's still white over here. What we are going to do is we'll try again. We need to adjust the texture again so that it's going on, basically reaching the end over here, maybe even overlapping a little bit. So when you copy again, and we'll delete this side because it's not seamless. So we need this side over here on the right here, and this side over here down. Okay, let's try again. So let's delete portion of this. Let's select the top again and go down. All right, let's go out and see if the vertical is seamless. All right, but to see better, we need to go into View, Hide Artboards, and that's pretty seamless. That's reasonable. Maybe we might be able to get rid of some of the smaller ones here, but it works for now. It will be still fine with this particular texture. Okay, so you can just maybe prune out some of these pieces here. So, okay, all right. So basically what you need to do is you need to adjust whatever you want to adjust here, and you can actually copy the elements here and there. So make it as even as you want it to be, or as rough as you want it to be. And I'll take the one element and place it over here with a white spot. And now I'm going to press on my action down, and it will appear on the bottom here. Okay, now we need to do the same thing. Oh, I see a big white spot over here. Let's try again, copy some elements from our texture. Okay, let's see. From our texture, let's copy a few here. All right, so now it's not the white spot anymore. Again, let's marquee everything overlapping on the left and press right in the action bars, in the actions panel. See, everything jumped on the right. Let's exit the symbol and let's see what we have. Again, to assess the seamlessness of our texture, we need to hide the artboard and zoom out a little bit to see the texture. So it's reasonably well. I can see that everything is fine. The only thing that jumps on me if I squint and look at the pattern is this repeat right here is a little bit too noticeable. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in and maybe get rid of this little piece over here. Let's see if that will help. Yeah, that's already much better. So that one was a little bit too big. Okay, so this is how you do it. Now you have already a repeated texture, marble texture over here, and we're going to save it because you never know what you're going to do with it in the future. Okay, so let's save it. File, save as, and let's just save it temporarily. So let's call it marble texture 2 colors. That's it. Let's call it like that for now. Save as Illustrator CC file. Okay. Now we're going to do is we are going to trim out a piece of it. By piece, sorry, I mean repeat swatch. Okay, let's save it again because you always want to save your original uncut tile. And let's call this stock. This is just my way of calling it. You can choose something else. Okay. So this is how we can do in this particular case. So we have now the saved file. I will turn artboards back on so you can see this is where our repeat is. So this is basically what we need to trim out exactly. We click on the symbol and go to select, inverse selection, and delete all the other symbols. So now you can see much better how everything looks. This is our symbol. If I double click on it, this is just as it is here. But now what we are going to do is we need to expand the symbol, break link right here, or expand. And this is what's going on. Now we go to File, Scripts, and we use a script which is called Magic Eraser version 6. It's a paid script, but it's a cheap and very, very useful script for textile designers. Let's click on it, and it will start working. Let's press on Start, and let's wait. Let's wait. I hope this works, because sometimes with very, very detailed files, it tends to be very slow, but most of the time it does the job pretty well. I like it. I use it for most of my projects. Okay, almost there. Bam, done. All right, let's go up here and look on the panel on top. and we'll see that it's exactly 600. The whole selection in red is exactly 600 by 600 pixels. Let's group it. And you can see right here, so it trimmed everything perfectly. To check the file, we click on the swatch, drag it to swatches panel, and now we see this little textured gray new pattern swatch right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select the swatch and I'm going to use my action test swatch circle. Uh-oh. There's an error with my software. All right. This is what happens when you make very, very detailed patterns, but it's okay. You will work around it. Don't get discouraged by it. You will figure it out. So now you zoom in as close as possible and you see if there is a mistake or not. Okay, oh, this is actually a good lesson right here. Do you see this little stripe here and stripe there? You might think, oh, there is a problem right here. But to be honest, this is just an Illustrator bug. Sometimes there is a problem, and most of the time when you use the system correctly, there is not a problem. And how do you know there's no problem? By checking the top here, by clicking again and see if I zoom in even closer, there is no problem. So please keep in mind that there might be there you go, see, this is how it looks again, but then click and it goes away. So this is just a glitch over the Illustrator, keep in mind. All right, so this is our marble texture. And if you don't have the action, this is what you do. You just select the circle and make a circle and press on it so you can do like this. Or what was that? The Illustrator gives us this pattern. So basically you go to and you click on your swatch, you make a circle or triangle or star or wherever you want to test the pattern and just fill it with the circle, with your new pattern. And zoom in to test. Everything looks good. Okay. So this is already a finished texture. And it's trimmed, it's ready for use in Adobe Illustrator or applied as a swatch right here. Okay, I will show you how I'm going to apply it to my bamboo pattern. So I have this very simple bamboo pattern that I've created before a while ago, and it's just very plain. For some applications, this is already perfect, but I thought it would be interesting to apply texture on it. For that particular case, I'm going to color all the elements the same color. This is basically, again, another texture. And let's make it light gray. So again, this is already a different type of texture. I'm going to take this texture and I'm going to apply it on top of here. Yeah, this doesn't look very good, but what we're going to do is going to select the top gray texture and click on the light green background. And this is already much more interesting. Again, select on the green texture and scale the opacity. This is the trick. Let's try 50%. All right, see, there is something that's much more interesting already. We have this texture, but for example, I want to add the texture to the light background too. We select this texture that we already have, go inside this group, select the background, place the texture, and turn it so that it doesn't overlap with the top texture. And let's color it the color of these bamboo leaves and give it a 20% opacity. We get this interesting texture on the background. And when we go out, exit the group instance, this is what we get. So basically, this is an interesting pattern. And when you select it, see, it's very, very detailed now, but it's okay. Group, same thing, drag it to the swatches, and now you have your swatch. So this is how you apply your texture, seamless vector texture to your simple patterns to add it some interest. And the opportunities are just limitless with it. You can go, for example, you can take this texture and make it just a very, very slight one. So it's very, very, basically a little, very slight texture. That is an interesting look too. So you can do many, many interesting things with it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it and you can use it in your own pattern making efforts. All right. Okay. If you guys have any questions for me about this tutorial or just wanted to say hi, please jump over to live chat and say something. I love to hear from you guys. And I'm going to finish up my tutorial and talk a little bit what I have for you, what I have planned for you next. All right, so I created the texture. This one is not exactly that I showed before because I showed the process, but this is the one I created to test it out, all the steps for you guys. And what I have here is, if you would like this texture as a free AI vector file, if you would like to receive it, I decided to put it up as a bonus for my newsletter subscribers. I'm starting a new newsletter. Whoever is on my new newsletter knows that I am trying it out. And yesterday I sent my first newsletter. I was super excited with announcing to a section of my subscribers that they didn't receive my free pattern making pattern multiplication checklist ebook that I talked about 2 weeks ago. I sent them the first newsletter and I tested all the links, but then because I turned on Google Analytics, apparently none of the links were working. So I am working on it, guys. I am on it. I'm going to learn how to do this and how to bring valuable information to your newsletter. But this is another invitation that when you subscribe to my newsletter using the link in the description below, you can download, will receive a special super secret password to my resources page where I will give you, I collect some of the goodies and freebies and patterns and textures and tools that I get ready make available for my newsletter subscribers. All right, I hope you see you guys on my newsletter. And thank you so much for watching once again. I hope this tutorial has been useful for you guys. And it's been very hot over here in California, and it's nice. I enjoy it. Good thing that I have air conditioning. I appreciate every one of you, my creative friends. Grow, love, and create. Bye-bye.